Hey guys, this is a video response to the latest video that Jay put up where it's called a prediction and a question about technology, and you know some of it was whether or not a business can get so big that actually a government couldn't force it to do something. It's an interesting concept, as you say, Jay. It's kind of getting close to the science fiction side of things, and I love technology. Cell phones, being able to call anybody anytime, not being out of communication no matter where you live, is really great. GPS, wonderful. The science that's gone in the technology to make medical services better, wonderful. Skype, video chat. I can chat to my fiance who's on the other side of the world, literally, in Bangkok. And I can have a video chat with her and see what's going on and interact with her, and it is great and it's lovely. But I would be lying if I didn't say I miss when I was a kid and you had a phone at the house, a landline. And for some people who may, young enough to have cell phones may not understand this, but if someone called you and you weren't there, you had to keep trying. And we didn't even have a recorder at the phone. They didn't have something so when you record you got an answering machine. It was a phone. And if you called and they weren't there, if somebody was there, they might leave a message and give it to somebody, but chances are they wouldn't. And it was hit or miss. And a couple months ago, I didn't have the money for a cell phone, and for 2 months, I really didn't have a cell phone service. And on one hand, it sucked because I couldn't call anybody, or somebody couldn't get a hold of me if I wasn't home. But on the other side of it was the quiet. I didn't have to worry about whether I had the cell phone in my pocket, whether it was charged, whether I had it on, or if I missed a call and checked the voicemail. And it was freeing. It was liberating, and it was nice. It was nice. I mean, technology has done a lot of wonderful things, but with anything that gets too big, sometimes it becomes all absorbing, and it starts to feed on everything around it, and it becomes so embased and entrenched into whatever you do that the thought of taking it out almost seems impossible, if not frightening. And I think technology's got to that level now where I don't see how it could all function anymore without it. I don't think world governments, I don't think businesses, I don't think people could do without it anymore. And Jay commented that there's a thought that maybe somebody might actually revert back to not using technology. And in a sense, I kind of understand that because it seems so overwhelming sometimes that there's technology everywhere now. On the other hand of that, if you were to get rid of it all, I think some critical things would be lost. I think worlds would seem bigger. Like you wouldn't necessarily have a friend who lives halfway around the world that you can talk to via email, text messaging, cell phones, video chats. You wouldn't know people like that. And I think that would make the world seem bigger and make your part of the world seem smaller. And I don't think that would be such a good thing. So for me, it's one of those things where I love it, but I'm a very, or have become recently anyway, in the last year or so, become very apparent to me how much it really absorbs into my life and has quite a control over it. More than any government, religious belief, or anything like that, technology is all around. I mean, it's very frightening when you think about it. It's people worry about governments taking over, but really it's the technology that takes over. So then it comes down to the question is who's running the technology, and that is more of a frightening thought than anything, I think. Just my 2 cents on the topic, Jay. As always, brother, you always bring up these good things, and I felt it would be better to explain it in a video than try to type it down below. One of the things I should be learning how to do is get my laptop to be able to type for me by voice control, but then that kind of gets into the technology where suddenly my computer could be typing something to somebody that I never said, so I don't want to give it that much control over my life. Alright, Jay. We'll catch you later.